Today, I'll be naming all the countries and capitals in the world. Just real quick before we start, if you want to know how you can learn all the countries and capitals, I can give you the 2 steps that worked for me. Step 1, enroll in university. I studied statistics, but you can choose any subject you like as long as it's not geography. Step 2, get some deadlines. This is important because deadlines have the magical property of amplifying your interest in everything except the very assignment you should be working on. The bigger the assignment, the more interesting all unrelated things will become. So as you can imagine, when it came time for me to write my bachelor's thesis, that's when my interest in geography really took off. And I have since accumulated encyclopedic levels of knowledge. So anyway, without any further ado, let's move on to the quiz. Okay, let's do this. We are on Jetpunk, which is one of my 2 favorite quiz sites. The other one is Cetera. And there's also a third one called Sporkle, which I don't really use that much. The quality's pretty inconsistent. But Jetpunk and Cetera will do me just fine. This quiz is called Countries and Capitals of the World with a Map. It's got both the countries and capitals, so it's very appropriate for this video. Anyway, let's just start. We're going to start with Europe and Iceland. We have Iceland, Reykjavik, Norway, Oslo, Sweden, Stockholm, which is where I am currently. We've got Finland, Helsinki, Denmark, Copenhagen, UK, London, Ireland, and Dublin. Estonia, Tallinn, Latvia, Riga, Lithuania, Vilnius, Belarus, Minsk, Ukraine, Kyiv, Poland, Warsaw, Germany, Berlin, Netherlands, Amsterdam, Belgium, Brussels. We have little Luxembourg with Luxembourg. I really don't know how long this is going to take. Might take longer than I was anticipating. Then we've got France and Paris. We have Spain, Madrid, Portugal, Lisbon, Czech Republic and Prague, Slovakia, Bratislava, Austria and Vienna, Switzerland and Bern. And then wedged right between Switzerland and Austria, we have Liechtenstein and Vaduz. And before you say Liechtenstein is too small to be relevant, the company Hilti is actually from Liechtenstein. Also a fun fact, Hilti has almost as many employees as there's people in Liechtenstein. Anyway, we have Hungary and Budapest, Slovenia and Ljubljana, Croatia and Zagreb, Moldova and Chisinau, Serbia, Belgrade, Romania. Oh, it took a Roma for Rome, but we'll do Romania and Bucharest, Bulgaria, Sofia, Greece, Athens, North Macedonia and Skopje. We have Kosovo, Pristina, Albania, Tirana, Montenegro, and Podgorica, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Sarajevo. Italy and Rome, which we already got. We have Malta, Valletta. And then we have a bunch of small countries. We have, maybe do this in order, I think the biggest of these is Andorra and Andorra la Vella. Then I think we have San Marino, And even smaller now is Monaco. And then we have Vatican City, the smallest one of them all. I think I read a fact that you can fit more Vatican cities in Luxembourg than you can fit Luxembourgs in Canada. So it really is quite small. Then we have the borderline countries. We have Russia, which is partly in Europe, partly in Asia. And then Moscow, which is in Europe. We have Turkey, also partly Europe, partly Asia. Ankara is in Asia though. Then we have Cyprus and Nicosia, which is technically located in Asia, but is considered culturally European. I think it's even in the EU. Then we move on to Japan. And is this right? No, but I think there's a way to fix it. Would you look at that? It's not a coincidence, by the way, but that's a topic for another video. South Korea and Seoul, North Korea and Pyongyang. They don't have that letter. China, Beijing, Mongolia, Ulaanbaatar, Kazakhstan and Astana, Kyrgyzstan and Bishkek, Turkmenistan. Ah, fuck. I fucked up the order. I shouldn't swear. Ashgabat. Then comes Uzbekistan and Tashkent. Uzbekistan is one of two doubly landlocked countries. The other one is Liechtenstein. Basically, this means that they are surrounded by landlocked countries and they need to cross two borders to get to the ocean. Then we have, that was Tajikistan and Dushanbe. We have Pakistan and Islamabad. Afghanistan and Kabul. Let's move the map a bit to this part over here. We have Iran, Tehran, Azerbaijan and Baku, Armenia, Yerevan, Georgia, Tbilisi, Iraq, Baghdad, Syria, Damascus, Lebanon, Beirut, Israel, Jerusalem, Jordan, Amman, Saudi Arabia and Riyadh, Yemen, Sana'a, Oman, Muscat, United Arab Emirates and Abu Dhabi, Qatar, Doha, Bahrain, Manama, Kuwait, Kuwait City. And moving on further still, India, New Delhi, Nepal, Kathmandu, Bhutan and Thimphu. And Thimphu is the only capital in the world without traffic lights. That's pretty cool. They have police officers. I don't know what to call them, but they sit in little wooden booths directing the traffic. So that's pretty cool. Bangladesh, Dhaka, Myanmar and Naypyidaw. Thailand and Bangkok. Laos and Vientiane. Vietnam and Hanoi. Cambodia, Phnom Penh. We have, we forgot Sri Lanka. And then we have Sri Jawardenepurakote, Maldives, Mali. I don't know how to pronounce any of these. And yeah, the further southeast you get, the worse it gets for me. Taiwan, Taipei. I haven't got to Africa yet though, but luckily a lot of those names are in French or English for, well, obvious reasons. Philippines, Manila, Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, Brunei, Brunei. Bandar Seri Begawan is the complete name, but it accepted Bandar. I think we are almost done with Asia, actually. Can move the map over here. And we just have Indonesia and Jakarta, East Timor, and Dili. Then we move on to Oceania, which may or may not be a continent. Maybe it's just a region. I don't know. Controversial. Palau Ngerulmud. We have the Federated States of Micronesia, as opposed to the region of Micronesia, which contains many oceanic countries. And Palikir, Marshall Islands, Mayuro, Kiribati, and Tarawa, Nauru, and Yaren. I've always been aware of Nauru's existence because it means Nauru means laughter in Finnish, and obviously that was hilarious to me as a kid. Papua New Guinea has Port Moresby, Solomon Islands, Honiara, Tuvalu, Funafuti. I'm just going with like vaguely foreign sounding pronunciations. Whenever I do try to pronounce foreign countries, my R's become rolling R's and I don't really know. Vanuatu and Port Vila. We have Fiji, Suva, we have Samoa, Apia, and Tonga, Nuku, Alofa. And of course, you know, the obscure countries, Australia, whatever, Canberra, New Zealand, Wellington. Then we move to Africa. Start with Morocco and Rabat, Algiers. We have Tunisia, accepted Tunis, which is the capital, Tunisia. Libya, Tripoli. Egypt, Cairo. Sudan, Khartoum. Chad, N'Djamena. Niger, Niamey. Mali, Bamako. Mauritania, Nouakchott. This really is taking quite a while. Cape Verde, Praia. Senegal, Dakar, the Gambia, and Banjul. Guinea-Bissau, we'll do Guinea first then, I suppose. Conakry, Guinea-Bissau. Sierra Leone, Freetown. Liberia, Monrovia. Ivory Coast, Yamoussoukro. I would imagine. I think it's French. Burkina Faso and Ouaga. Well, it's Ouagadougou. I guess Ouaga is fine. Ghana, Accra, Togo, Lomé. Benin, which has two capitals. Exciting. Porto Novo and Cotonou. We forgot Bissau. Maybe you can guess which country that belongs to. Nigeria, Abuja. Let's move down. Oh, I'm a bit out of breath. Eritrea, Asmara, Djibouti, Somalia, Mogadishu, Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, okay, Addis, South Sudan, Juba, Central African Republic, Bangui, or something, Cameroon, Yaoundé, Equatorial Guinea, and Malabo. We can do Sao Tome and Principe, I don't know. Gabon and Libreville. We have Republic of the Congo. Well, it also took Democratic Republic of the Congo. We have Brazzaville and Kinshasa, which are very close to each other. Uganda, Kampala, Rwanda and Kigali, Burundi, Gitega, Kenya, Nairobi, Tanzania, Dodoma. Let's move down again. Let's do the little island nations. Seychelles and Victoria, Comoros, Moroni, Mauritius and Port Louis, Madagascar and Antananarivo. Then we have Angola, Luanda, Zambia, Lusaka, Malawi, Lilongwe, Mozambique, Maputo, Zimbabwe and Harare, Botswana and Gaborone, Namibia, Windhoek, South Africa, with 3 capitals. Amazing. Cape Town, Bloemfontein. Oh. Yes, and Pretoria. Then we have Lesotho and Maseru. I think there's a dinosaur named after Lesotho, and I think it's called Lesothosaurus. I think. I remember that from since I was a kid, actually. That's why I've always known about Lesotho. Eswatini and Mbabane. I would imagine the M is silent. I don't know. What else? We have South America. Let's try some Spanish, I guess. Argentina. Buenos Aires. Chile. Santiago. Uruguay. Montevideo. Paraguay. Asunción. I'm gonna offend someone eventually. Bolivia. Oh, 2 capitals again. We've got Sucre and La Paz. Peru, Lima, and then very much non-Spanish speaking Brazil with Brasilia. And we move up to Ecuador and Quito. We have Colombia, Bogota, Venezuela, Caracas, Guyana, Georgetown. Gosh, this is where the streak of Georges begins. You'll see soon enough. Suriname, Paramaribo. And then I think we'll do the Caribbean nations, and I'll try to get them in order. We have Trinidad and Tobago with Port of Spain. Then we have Grenada and St. George's. St. George's everywhere in the Caribbean. All those countries have, well, most of them have parishes, and almost all of them are named after some saint. Speaking of, we have St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and gosh, what was that again? Kingstown. Then we have Barbados and Bridgetown. Bunch of towns. Then comes Saint Lucia and Castries, or Castries. I think it was named after a French... Oh, I can't remember. Some old French guy from a little French commune called Castries. Then we have Dominica and Resort. Then we have Antigua and Barbuda and No, it's not Barbuda. St. John's. It's a saint. Saint Kitts and Nevis and Basseterre. Oh, Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo, Haiti, Port-au-Prince, Jamaica. Oh, it already accepted Kingston from Kingstown. That is wrong, but it did it anyway. Cuba, Havana, Bahamas, Nassau, Moving on to Central America, Panama. Going a bit crazy already. No. Costa Rica. San Jose, Nicaragua, Managua, El Salvador, San Salvador, Honduras, Tegucigalpa, Guatemala City, Belize, Belmopan, missed an M, Belmopan, Mexico City, I already took it. Oh yeah, USA, Washington, Canada, Ottawa. Hooray, we did it. So yeah, 19 minutes. Don't know if that's good or bad, but if you look at the results, an astonishing 31.4% of test takers also scored 100%. Now, I think that is... I know this site attracts nerds, but that is ridiculous. I think that this is a quiz mostly undiscovered because most people do either the countries or the capitals. Most people don't do both. Because surely 31%, that's a ridiculously high number. But yeah, I suppose I'm still in the minority, so hell yeah. And that was it for today. Next week, I'll be taking on what I think is a slightly more difficult challenge. I will be naming 300 flags. So yeah, if you want to be notified of when this happens, I'm sure you can find a way to be notified. And yeah, see you next week. Bye.